Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Bullish on Business. And today we're in the studio here in Cadillac, and I'm so happy to welcome our guest, Jeri Gerhart. She is the founder of Redwood Ministries. Hi there, Jeri.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Redwood Ministries is a 501c3 nonprofit based here in Michigan with a very special mission. I'd never heard of a mission like this before. So you'll have to put in the comments if you know of one like this. But it is to provide a safe and restful respite for those in ministry at no personal cost to them. A place where they can, pastors, missionaries, and ministry leaders can rest, recharge, and renew while they're on break from serving others. It truly is a place, it's a place to serve those who serve. Today, we're going to talk about how Redwood was birthed from the dream, how it became a God-centered refuge for ministry workers, and how you can be a part of supporting this work. Hey, Jeri, welcome again to the show, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
You bet.
Yeah.
So let's go with your origin story. Everyone likes to start with that. So tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. I grew up downstate, so I'm a transplant, but of about 20 years. Um,
Where?
I grew up in Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. Okay.
So I guess we always say if people can't say it, they're not from there
Mhm.
because it's spelled funny. But no, I grew up down there most of my all of my childhood up until early 20s. And my husband and I just passed 27 years of being married.
Nice.
We have three adult
Congrats.
children. Thank you.
Awesome.
But we moved up here. This is our third time up north. We've moved out of state twice and come back. And so uh, came back to help my family. I had a disabled brother who's recently passed away, but I was helping with him. And my parents had actually had a dream about something similar to Redword. And they were doing ministry.
Mhm.
And so when they weren't able to do it anymore, there was a little bit of a time lapse. And so God prompted me that I needed to do something like that. And that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, that's great. Well, when I first met Jeri, we were at a function here in Cadillac, and I saw the spark in her. And she is a firecracker, ready to make something great happen with Redword. So, what is the moment in the season in your life? You mentioned your parents were ministers, and so that must be when it first took root.
Yes. Actually, in my childhood, my parents were also ministers. My dad drove a church bus
Oh,
gosh, I was probably 4 or 5
oh,
and up until middle school.
awesome.
And so they were very involved, doing teachings and things like that of
Uh-huh.
just teaching God's word. And so actually my whole life
That's
has been
awesome.
involved in some kind of ministry. And I always thought, wow, that'd be so neat that'd be like my job, you know?
Oh, yes.
And so I've been involved in different ministries and stuff like that as well. But, life kind of takes you places.
Oh, sure.
Um,
3 children and all those moves. You've been
yes,
busy.
yes, yes. It's been a
Oh,
busy, busy time. And so this is finally our slowdown time.
awesome. And
And
you're going to
so
do something so meaningful
you know what?
and
I've wanted to do
fulfilling.
it. I've wanted to do this ever
That's
since my parents did it. They did a similar version on their own property.
hmm
Never incorporated it, never asked for any funding. They just did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let's go make it big.
Make it big. Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, let's help her. So we're going to keep going. The meaning of red word. That's an interesting name. The name red word is powerful. It really is, especially in connection with Jesus's words printed in the red in many Bibles. I know when you look at a Bible text, his words are in red.
Yes.
That's so special. What does the
Yes.
name personally mean to you, and how does it shape your ministry's identity?
Um, well, first and foremost, if you put something in red, usually people notice. I mean, it just makes it noticeable.
Pops out.
Yes. People who are of any faith, who have read the Bible know that Jesus' words are in red.
Mhm.
For me specifically, I wanted to make this all about God's work, not about me, not about the things I know, not about things I can do. Because I want to support the people who are ministering to God's people. Um, and so the name came about because people of faith know red words and they know that means Jesus.
Oh,
And that is the biggest thing that this needs to be about is all about Jesus.
oh, I love that. That is so meaningful. So, mission in practice. Your mission is to provide safe and restful at no expense to those in ministry. What does that look like practically? Walk us through what a stay or experience at Redwood Ministries is like for a pastor or a missionary person.
Okay. So actually we've just done this actually in the fall.
Awesome.
We had a small family who was ministering. We've known them for years and years and knew that they were in the ministry. Didn't know they were going to be in our area.
Hmm.
And just, I know it was a work of God, but
He's got his
we,
hands in everything.
but yeah, we were just happened to talk to them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to be down the road from you, and we're doing this meeting." And I said, "Where are you staying?" And they were like, "Well, we haven't really made plans." They literally do their ministry without plans. They completely let God lead them, and I think that is so neat.
Oh, it
And
is.
so I said, I asked them how many days they'd be in town, and so they had one place already. Somebody had asked them to
Okay.
stay, and they
Yeah.
had two young children with them and two young adults. So there was a group of them.
Wow. Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, you know what? I have this ministry. I'm just starting. And right now, currently, it is just a camper in my backyard with a
Right.
little campsite, and it's fenced off to its own little place." And
Hmm.
I said, "I could put you up. You want to come?" And they're like,
Awesome. Well,
"Yeah."
great.
So,
Everyone loves camping these days. There's glamping, there's camping, there's
yes.
all sorts of things. I think that's awesome. It totally is timely. So, why ministry leaders need rest? From what you've seen, what kind of burnout or burden are pastors and ministries leaders carrying today? Why is intentional rest so critical?
Jesus did it too.
Yeah.
Every time he was doing a work or something, he would take a break and he would either go off to pray or he
Mm,
would go off to a quiet place and it was recharging.
mm,
And you can actually see that in a lot of places in Bible stories. You
wow.
can see that Jesus said, "I need to go. I need to talk to my Father. I
Mm,
need to go rest." And being that I personally, within my family, have been in the ministry, I've seen burnout.
mm,
And it's kind of sad because people have such good intentions when they're
mhm,
working, when they want to talk about Jesus.
mhm,
And you shouldn't have to get to that place where you're so tired. You're
mhm,
just too tired to keep going.
mhm,
And God has given me a place, and I know it's just a little camper in a little backyard,
mhm.
but you know what? God can use anything.
Oh, that's for sure.
And he allowed me to find exactly the kind of camper I wanted. I wanted it to be very specifically sized. I want it to be laid out a certain way so that I could literally park it in the yard and I
Nice.
don't have to move it around.
Right.
Um, and it's a peaceful setting. There's wildlife all around. There's cornfields. All you see is trees.
Awesome.
And I mean, I get to see it all the time,
Oh,
but
that's
it's my yard. But I wanted to
amazing.
share it with people who need a break, who are doing an amazing work of God.
What a great idea. So you've described Redwood as a dream that has continued from one generation to the next. How did you go from a God-given dream to a fully formed, certified 501(c)(3) ministry? What was that journey?
Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this question. Um, Absolutely work of God.
Wow, tell us.
Absolutely. So like I said, my parents had done a little bit on their property.
Mhm.
They loved doing it. I think they had a little tiny single wide. I bet you they housed 500 people. Not kidding.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
over probably a 10-year process.
So this is family rooted.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I knew a small place was okay, that I could do it. So I contacted, I know some people who are in finance,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I've really thought about making this the real deal. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
do I do this? And got some guidance and started doing some applications. And this person, this financial person, he said, now be aware, it could take 3 to 6 months. He said, the state is what it is. He said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not trying to make it fluffy and pretty. He says,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to tell you, it's going to take
Right.
some time. I got an email in 2 weeks.
Oh, what?
In 2 weeks.
Awesome.
I got an email and it said, your name has been approved. So Redword was
Uh-huh.
approved.
Wonderful.
He said, okay, well, you have to pay this fee and whatever. And it wasn't a huge amount, but I was like, okay. So I had be careful with the finances,
Right.
because it's just money out of my pocket.
Right.
And got that submitted. And probably, I think it was 32 days.
Mm.
And it came back.
Zoom, zoom.
And everything came back. Everything fell into place.
Oh my gosh.
And when I emailed my finance guy, he goes, "Nah." He goes, "No, that doesn't happen."
That's
I said, "But
amazing.
it did." I forwarded an email, and since that time, I have some legal partners who are willing to do any of the legalese
Awesome.
things.
Good.
This person that's in finance, he is willing to partner with me, and they're all like on my board now.
Fantastic.
So it is crazy how it's worked
This
out.
is amazing.
So I know it's a work of God.
It is a work of God. Oh my gosh. Stories of impact. So let's go there. Without breaking any confidences, can you share a story or a piece of a story of someone who came to Redwood or one of your parents' guests? They were exhausted, they left, and they left totally changed. What did God do in that space?
Um, I know that a family that had stayed at my parents', I had met them when their family was ministering somewhere in Africa. And for years, my whole childhood, I remember them coming back every 4 years on furlough.
Mm.
And my parents said, "Hey, I think you know these people." And I was like, how am I going to know people from downstate? And, you know, and what they had is they had like a sign-in book
Hmm.
and people could write their experience or where they're ministering at.
Hmm.
And I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it is the same people.
Oh my gosh.
So that was really
What
neat.
a
It was really
coincidence.
neat. And it was the children of the parents
Huh.
who were now ministering
Wow. And
that
so they came to your parents' place and they came tired or
mhm.
and then how did they leave?
They said it was just the most beautiful place. My parents' property is just under 70 acres. So my dad had a tractor and he would go through the trees and make pathways and
Mm.
um, way out on one of the hills there was some just benches to sit on and you can just see for just miles and it's
Oh,
just gorgeous.
wow.
And there's wildlife, you can watch the deer and
Mm.
um, anything just running around. I mean, you can just sit out there and you hear nothing. It's so quiet.
That's awesome. What a great story. So, how was leading Redword stretched? How has it actually stretched your own faith, and your own leadership style? And like, what have you learned about trusting God with your vision, your finances, and so many unknowns along the way?
There's been there's been a lot of questions.
Mm,
I've actually had people I know, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but people have said, "Why would you do that? They could just get a motel room."
mm,
Yeah, they could.
mhm,
Absolutely, they could.
mhm,
I want people who are in ministry to know that this isn't just a thing that I decided to do.
mm,
That um, it took some work. It
mhm,
took some personal financing.
mhm.
I mean, and I trusted God to for that little bit. I mean, it's still a work. It's still a
Right.
work that I have to
Yes.
trust God too.
Yes.
Um, and it's been an interesting journey. It really has. And
Well, the naysayers are always there. And the nice thing about them, those words, you'll never forget it. You'll never, ever forget that they said that. And that sometimes fuels your drive to
yeah,
just keep going. And you know you can do it and go for it.
And honest, I need to say this again and again. It is all absolutely a call from God.
Mm,
This is not something that I thought up. It's not
mhm,
because I had this great idea. It
mhm,
is absolutely a call, and we're called to go and to make disciples. And
mhm.
so this is the way that God's having me do it.
That's amazing. So I have a question that's not on our prepared list because I am a marketing and sales professional. So I'm wondering, how are you getting the word out to those that are in need that you're here?
That has been a little bit slow to go, just because I'm not well versed in it, honestly. I have a website.
Right?
Um, I have business cards I put out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm always talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
My goal, if I was going to look at a goal for it,
Mm-hmm.
is to contact area churches, ministries,
Mm-hmm.
and to say, hey, I have a place. It's a small place right now. Eventually, I'd like it to be more, and ask them to partner with me.
Awesome.
You know, I know a lot of churches support
Mm-hmm.
missionaries and
Mm-hmm.
other ministries and stuff like that. And so maybe they'd be interested in something like this where when their person comes in to minister, that they do not have to think about housing.
Ah,
And I'd like to actually set it up almost like in not being copyright issue, but kind of like a Airbnb type of deal,
sure. Sure.
so that people can actually self-schedule.
Mm,
And it'll be on a calendar and they'll know when it's available. They'll know when their people are coming in and they can just mark it.
wonderful.
Yes.
And so, people listening who feel tugged to get involved, what does support practically look like? Is it a prayer, financial giving, volunteering, spreading the word? What helps you most? What would be the biggest help for you right now?
Um, I mean, finance is always a big deal.
Hmm.
Prayer is bigger.
Okay.
It's just this. Prayer is
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who have supported already in prayer.
Awesome.
I'm so geek that people are like, hey, we can do this, and they can support it through their prayers,
Hmm.
but also church ministries, people who want to support ministers.
Hmm.
If that's something they want to do, um, first and foremost, because it's a nonprofit,
Hmm.
it's a tax exempt
Oh, there you go.
thing in
Yeah.
the state of Michigan.
There you go.
My financial partners will handle all of the finances, so I personally will not touch any of the
Mhm.
financing. Um, so people can be guaranteed where their money is going.
And if they go to your website, do you have a place where they can donate?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Perfect. We're going to give you the website in the show notes. So you'll see those near the video or the audio, whichever you are listening to. So what's the future? When you pray about the future for Redword Ministries, what do you see and what are your specific expansion, facility, or new programs that you're believing you might be able to roll out in the next 3 to 5 years?
Um, Ideally, I would like to buy a house.
Awesome.
I would like to have a house um, that is a shared facility.
Mm.
Again, similar to where you set it yourself kind of thing on a calendar.
Mhm.
I want it to be a shared spaces so that everybody has a lockable private bedroom.
Mhm.
But that way I can house more than one minister at a time,
Mhm.
um, if it happens that way.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll be more than one town. I don't know.
Never know.
But I guess if I was going to say super immediate, because I have the camper, right
Mhm.
now it's kind of a summer thing,
Mhm.
but it has a furnace. I mean, I could house in the colder weather, but I don't have plumbing.
Okay.
So I would love to be able to
So
actually
that's
set
probably
it.
what you would do with some financing is to get the plumbing going, right?
Yes.
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 Very
Yes.
cool. So, encouragement to weary leaders. Many pastors, ministry leaders, and even marketplace leaders listening, they might be just tired. If one of them is driving in their car right now, feeling completely worn out, what would you say directly to them? Speak to your a minister in need.
Um, if somebody is a minister, regardless of what ministry they're in, they're working for God.
Mm,
God never leaves.
mm,
He is always providing. He is always there for us, even when we're tired.
mm.
And so if they're tired right now, it's okay to be tired because we're people, we're human, and we get tired.
Mhm.
Um, First and foremost, they need to lean on their faith. They need to lean on God.
Mm.
Um, they need to know that in their ministry that they're doing the right thing.
Mhm.
They're following the call of God, and you cannot do any better than following the call of God.
That's right.
And so I want them to be encouraged.
Hmm.
And I don't care if that means pulling off on the side of the road and taking a little cat nap, or if in life, take a different kind of cat nap in this place, this ministry that we're doing with a little camper right now. You know what? If they wanted winter camp, then come on.
All right. You were here. And go in the show notes and know that you can find the exact location and all of the details on her website. So, all right, friends, this wraps up today's conversation here in our studio in Cadillac. Jeri, thank you. I really appreciate you sharing your heart, your story, and the incredible mission behind Redword Ministries. What a gift it is to hear how God is moving through your work, creating a refuge for those who spend their lives pouring into others. And so if you are out there driving and you're listening, please be encouraged that people care about you. And if you do get tired or discouraged, know that the work that you're doing is appreciated by some people that you might not even know yet. If you are and to every pastor, ministry leader, missionary, or weary soul tuning in today, you're not forgotten, you're not alone, and your work matters more than you know. Thank you for spending the time with us. And if you enjoyed today's episode, hit follow, share it with someone who needs a lift, and join me next time on Bullish on Business podcast. Until then, keep leading with your heart. Keep stepping forward with courage. And as always, charge like a bull. And I just want to take a minute and thank Jeri again for all of her following God and taking action when she felt the urge that this is a mission that she's going to be able to pursue. And will you come back and see us in about a year and give us an update
Oh,
on how things are
absolutely.
going?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, with that, I want to give you an opportunity. Do you have any final words you'd like to share?
I just, again, I want to encourage people to follow their calling. If God is calling, he thinks you can do it.
Awesome. Perfect way to wrap this up. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.